Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Rick Harrison and Chumlee of the hit reality show Pawn Stars have a new venture together. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. In your top story, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A Las Vegas grand jury indicted a suspect in a home invasion that led to police shooting and killing of the homeowner. Court records show 31-year-old Alejandra Bordeaux was indicted on charges of home invasion and assault with a deadly weapon, including child abuse or endangerment and fourth-degree arson. Police say Bordeaux broke into 43-year-old Brandon Durham's home last month, but a Metro officer shot and killed Durham shortly after arriving to the scene. According to a police report, Bordeaux told police she had casual sexual relationship with Durham and was angry with him over a canceled airplane. Bordeaux had gone to Durham's home to confront him and wanted officers to shoot her. Bordeaux's bail has been set at $1 million. A Henderson man accused of fatally shooting his wife and stepson may be facing the death penalty. According to court documents, prosecutors intend to pursue the death penalty against 41-year-old Carl Groshen. Groshen was indicted in November on 2 counts of murder with a deadly weapon. And according to a filing from the district attorney's office, Groshen fired a gun 9 times, hitting the wife's body 4 times and the stepson 5 times. A judge ordered a competency hearing for Groshen at the request of his public defender. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. A mix of clouds and sunshine to start off the work week. We'll be feeling the lows in the 40s this morning at 8 a.m., 50s by 10 a.m., with a high around 59 degrees by 4 p.m. A high pressure will build back in by midweek, bringing us dry conditions and temperatures about 6 to 10 degrees above normal for this time of the year. So you can expect temperatures in the high 60s, close to the 70s Wednesday through Friday, mid 60s for this weekend. Overnight lows stay in the mid to low 40s. Moving on to business, brought to you by GBank, your best banking experience ever. President Joe Biden has commuted the sentence of a former construction company boss who was sentenced to more than 15 years in prison for a massive fraud scheme. 57-year-old Leon Benzer was ordered to pay $13.4 million in restitution in August 2015 after pleading guilty to conspiracy fraud and tax evasion charges. He and his co-conspirators ran a multi-million-dollar scheme aimed to fraudulently gain control of HOA boards across Las Vegas through election rigging between 2005 and 2009. Biden granted Benzer and nearly 1,500 other people in home confinement since the COVID-19 pandemic, a reduction to their long prison sentences. Now, he says the reason is they have successfully shown they deserve a second chance. And Quick Trip, a leading gas station and convenience store, opened its first Nevada travel center in North Las Vegas at 5625 Northland Boulevard. The location features a larger lot and more spacious store design with 20 spaces for gas and 6 diesel bays. It also includes full-service kitchens for grab and go and custom-made items such as pretzels, breakfast tacos, and smoked barbecue sandwiches.
Sports brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. PGA Tour's Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler are teaming up to face off against Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka from LIV Golf in the Showdown, a made-for-TV event. The 4 golfers will face off in a 2 versus 2 match, which is 18 holes of match play split into 3 sets of 6-hole matchups. The event will take place in Las Vegas on Tuesday at the Shadow Creek Golf Course.
In your health news, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. If you're an adult who has trouble sleeping at night, research suggests you may want to look into getting a weighted blanket. These blankets are a bit heavier than normal blankets and adds extra pressure onto the body, which experts say can help you release oxytocin. A study on 120 people with insomnia found the blankets helped them sleep better, while another study on 94 adults with chronic pain found the blankets helped them reduce the pain but didn't affect their sleep. Now, these blankets aren't for everyone, and especially not for babies or toddlers, as it can limit their breathing and their movement.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. It's a doubleheader for Monday Night Football. In the first game at 5 p.m. tonight, an NFC North showdown is set between the Vikings and the Bears. The Bears are 7-point road underdogs against Minnesota. Chicago is plus 260 on the money line with the total set at 44. The Raiders versus the Falcons kicks off at Allegiant Stadium at 5:30 p.m. The Falcons are 5.5-point favorites over the Raiders, who are plus 220 on the money line at home. The total is 44.5. Vegas Nation brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders will play the Falcons tonight without star Max Crosby. The defensive end confirmed that he will undergo season-ending surgery on his ankle on his social media account after early reports had surfaced. Crosby vowed to get surgery and be on the warpath for greatness every day and be back the best version of himself. As for who will start at quarterback tonight for the Raiders, it remains uncertain whether it'll be Aiden O'Connell, who missed 3 practices this week, or Desmond Ritter against his former team.
This NFR report is brought to you by Virgin Hotels Las Vegas.
Well, the 10 days are complete at the NFR at Thomas & Mack, and I want to say thank you all for tuning in and for joining us. Every single night, we have talked to some incredible individuals and some extremely talented people. I'm Jennifer Stalin, and here is a little recap of our time at NFR.
Everything you dream about as a little barrel racer, growing up to be a big barrel racer, and that you work at and you work at and you think, man, I hope it's worth it.
Keep it simple. Yeah, it's just break it down. Sharp on the start, tight head catch, big finish. Long as they draw us the good ones, we should be okay.
I used to have all the superstitions, and then I started believing that stuff's not real, and so it's a challenge to make sure that stuff doesn't work.
And that is it for our NFR coverage. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm Jennifer Stalin. We'll see you next year.
In lifestyle news, brought to you by LV Craft Shows, bringing you the finest crafting gift show since 1999. Visit lvcraftshows.com for upcoming events. Bright colors, feathers, and caviar Twinkies are just a few things you can find at a new restaurant opening this week on the Strip. The restaurant Bourbon Steak is one like no other, and it'll be opening its doors on December 17th at Four Seasons Hotel. Celebrity chef Michael Mina has many restaurants here in Vegas, but this one is the first one that's different from others that he owns. Mina is bringing out the wow factor at this place, from the interior designs to the food that's being offered inside the moody and lush spot. Now for your entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Trolleys, has live entertainment every week at both locations. Go to arizonatrolleys.com to see who's playing. Rick Harrison and his son Chumlee of the hit reality TV show Pawn Stars are launching a new podcast together. It's called Pawn After Dark and will feature special guests like Raiders owner Mark Davis, ZZ Top's Billy Gibbons, and BMX icon and host of MTV's The Challenge, TJ Lavin. The show is recorded at a studio inside their gold and silver pawn shop, where they'll give fans a glimpse into what happens after hours at the world-famous pawn shop. Celebrity guests are asked to bring an item for review on its worth. The podcast will launch in January on major streaming platforms. For 7 at 7, I'm Cynthia Puga. You can watch us on YouTube and other streaming platforms like Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Join us during the week for your local news updates at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.